You okay, honey? All right, all right. This takes me back to the old days, to the opera days, yes. Here we go. Oh, wait, we're here for Barb. Hi, Barb, welcome. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And so it is. Welcome. Are you feeling blessed today? Yes. Good. I'm so glad. I am too. How about that piano? We haven't had the lid open for a long time, right? There you go. Wow. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Bonnie, Reverend Bonnie Rose. Feel free to just call me Bonnie. Here we are in the center of love where we aspire to be love, share love, and serve love. So welcome to all of you here, and also welcome to the folks that are viewing online. We are going to do a brief youth and family message today, but are there any youngsters in the hall today? There's one. Come on down, girl. Bill's going to come. So if you want to just, Bill, let's go ahead. We'll get you on stage there. Hi. Nothing like putting you on the spot, right? We're going to just show you how much we love you. Okay? We're going to do a blessing. So if you all would repeat after me, please repeat after me. We love you. We love you. We bless you. We bless you. We believe in you. We believe in you. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. And so it is. Thank you. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Thank you. Now we'll have a word of prayer from Mary, our practitioner.
Will all the practitioners and reverends stand in support of this prayer? We take a deep breath. Just let our bodies be quiet and still. There's this creative spirit, this energy, some call love, grace, beauty, all that there is, all throughout the cosmos. And today, I know that I am connected to that creative energy, that divine flow of spirit, as well as everyone here and everyone who's listening and everyone in the whole world. We're all connected to that divine energy, that divine flow that creates us and our best version of ourselves. And today we gather, we rejoice in the time we have together. We fully enjoy and receive the message and the music that uplifts us, creates wisdom for us, gives us understanding of who we are and why we're here. And so I'm so grateful for this time, for this community and this time together. And I release these words into the law of manifestation and love. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Mary. And so it is, and so we allow it to be as we breathe together, breathing in and breathing out, trusting and knowing the divine presence and the divine power, the oneness that is the I Am. The I Am presence is another name for God or spirit or higher power. It is that which is. It is the energy that infuses the entire universe. It is both visible and invisible. It makes its presence known through all things, through music, through nature, through love, through kindness. It makes its presence known in us. It is that hidden treasure that longs to be known, that creates the world so that it might know itself through its expression. And so today we celebrate that I Am presence. We allow it to fill us, to inform us, to infuse us. It opens our hearts, it opens our minds, it opens our beings so that we are more of who we came here to be, expressing the fullness of love in unique and wonderful and powerful ways. It is that essence of forgiveness that allows us to be both human and divine at the same time, both perfect and imperfect at the same time. It is that which is beyond opposites, that place beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, that allows us to be full of the essence of the divine that is in all things. And so today, let us celebrate that divine. Let us celebrate it by singing about it, by allowing it to fill our soul, to fill our hearts, to fill our voices, to lift our voices up, to rest and remember as the I Am presence in the I Am presence. We sing this song for ourselves, but we sing it also on behalf of all beings everywhere, resting and trusting that the I Am is, and we are part of that divine flow. Together we sing, I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am love. I am remembering who I am. I am compassion. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am peace. I am remembering who I am. Wholeness. I am remembering who I am. Kindness. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who in the fullness, the love, the peace, the power of the I am. Let us once again rest in that remembrance. And then breathe in deeply. And then exhale, gently opening our eyes as love, and in service to what is, as it is, and so it is. Namaste. Thank you. Do you want me to introduce you?
That's what's important. That is what's important, right? Truly. Artificial intelligence or I am. Wow. And it reminds me of something to share with you about the power of vibration and the power of music. And I was sitting, so privileged to sit next to Hugh. Do you know this man sings in beautiful tune? What a voice. I was going, wow, I am remembering who I am. And I heard the round and the different layers that were being weaved. And I was so moved. Thank you, Bonnie, for sitting me next to this beautiful man. I wasn't ready for that. And I realized that is the way we're going to begin. The beauty of what it is and the privilege it is when we can co-elevate each other and be in communion in this beautiful space and share what it really is to be the I am. So it's an honor to be here. And I thought that since music is going to be so much of our theme today, that I would begin with a poem that I wrote about music that I know that Bonnie and Hugh are familiar with. And with your permission, instead of starting at the piano, I'd like to start with this poem. So here it is. You see, music is so ancient, right? We've been using the spoken word and the written word for approximately 5,000 years. That's it, not that long. But they found a flute in a cave in Germany. The flute is made from a vulture's bone, and they carbon dated it. It's 43,000 years old. So, spoken word, 5,000 years. Music in a flute from a vulture's bone, 43,000 years, right? So tens and tens of thousands of years. And imagine before the vulture's bone what was happening. Singing, beating on drums, listening to the wind in the trees. What if music could speak? What if music could actually speak? What might it say? If music can go from frequency to words, what would the words be? So this is my attempt at trying to channel that infinite message. And it's called If Music Could Speak. Music's the great invitation for mankind to transcend spoken word, to enhance how we think and put into sync so we hear what is mostly not heard. For when music speaks, its essence will seek to feed the weariest soul. B.B. King bends a string, a bluesy blues singer sings. When we listen, we all become whole. The pulse of the earth, our heartbeat at birth, life's rhythms have always endured. But music is vast, it's present, it's past, its future is all but assured. Carved up by stone, flutes made from bone, buffalo skin for a drum. Synthesized beat, 16 billion feet dance to express true freedom. But if music could speak and shed its mystique, revealing its gifts every day, beyond our five senses, tune up our successes, here is what music would say. My bird songs welcome the morning. My lullabies bid earth good night. Sunrise, sunset, the impossible dream. I'm beginning to see the light. From the whoosh of a breeze that scatters the seeds that blossom into a rose, to the cotton-soft silence a snowflake makes as it lands upon your nose. The patter of rain again and again, the babble of a brook. What air is to fire and water is to earth, my songs are life's storybook. I serenade your sons and your daughters and others you love and adore. I whisper through the lips of lovers while my marches call soldiers to war. Beethoven harnessed my thunder. Bach wrote my prelude and fugue. Duke Ellington called me his mistress. Miles Davis painted me kind of blue. Zydeco, Renaissance, classic and funk, country and loud rock and roll, salsa, calypso, hip-hop, and jazz, as long as it's played with some soul. My styles are endless. I leave listeners breathless, expressing emotions full force. I begin where I end, as humankind's friend, for we, Ventura Center for Spiritual Living, are all from the very same source. To enhance how we think and put into sync so we hear what is mostly not heard, music's the great invitation for mankind to transcend spoken word. Thank you.
that one. I'm wondering if you sit there. Can the folks over there see Freddie if he sits there? You okay? We don't need to put the piano lid down. Let's put the lid down for just now, okay? Just stay put. Oh,
I got it.
you're the guest.
I got it.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, look, I forgot to do the announcements. Okay. We'll catch you at the end, okay? All righty. Welcome. Welcome. I was going to introduce Freddie before, but I didn't want to break the energy of I Am Remembering, and I'm so glad we didn't, because that was a beautiful poem and such a heartfelt, beautiful piece. So thank you so much for being here in all of your wisdom and glory. Speaking of which, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you've done, just so people know who we're working with here.
Well, thank you.
Oh, let's get your mic, too. We're, that one's not quite working, so let's go. Yeah, for whatever reason it went out. We'll do this one. Yeah. We were saying that we were planning for a little bit of chaos and being a little bit unprepared, so here we are. We're manifesting our dreams, right? Okay, here you go, Freddie.
Okay, good.
Good. Now you're talking.
Wonderful. So, first of all, I love this place. It's just beautiful. I feel very at home with all of you, so thank you. I've been very blessed. I grew up in a home that had an orientation to spirituality that was very unique, and I'm very proud to say that my father is here today. And Wallace Schwam, who's back there, holding the fort. And my father, born in Bronx, New York, his family of Ukrainian and Polish heritage. Ashkenazi Jew, my father, who married my beautiful mother, who is from Colombia, South America, raised Catholic. So I often tell people that I'm a cashew.
Of course you are.
Makes sense, right? I mean, Christmaka, Hanukkah and Christmas at the same time, why not? So I grew up in an environment that was all about multiculturalism. And I grew up in a house that, of course, had the music of much of the European music, you know, Stravinsky and Beethoven and Bach and Chopin and that side, meeting salsa, merengue, and the cumbia at the same time. So many times people come and see my shows and things, and they go, how come we hear Mozart with a salsa rhythm? You know, and that there's a reason for that.
There is.
So those were kind of my United Nations roots, and that has informed much of what has happened to me throughout my life.
Yeah. So you've had this incredibly eclectic musical background, and also, eclectic music and spiritual, but also in terms of your career, like you've worked with some of the greats. So just tell us a little bit about that.
It's been a great journey. I pinch myself when I really think about it, because so I don't think about it too much because it's so overwhelming. When I began working with many of the masters of Brazilian music. Of all things. Yeah. And one of them was Moacir Santos, who was the teacher of Sergio Mendes. And he put me in his band when I was 17. I just had moved down from Pismo Beach, right up the coast, which is where I grew up, and moved to LA to go to Cal State Northridge and study music. And when I made that move to LA, I was introduced to Moacir Santos. So my hair was a little bit longer back then. And I was playing Brazilian music while I was going to college getting my Bachelor of Arts in Music. When I was 23 years old, the year after I graduated from college, I actually got hired by Sergio Mendes,
Nice.
who at that time, at that point in history, was pretty much the biggest name out of Brazil, outside of Antonio Carlos Jobim, who wrote Girl from Ipanema and all those beloved songs. But after that, Sergio Mendes is pretty much the carrier of the great music of Brazil. And so that's an important piece. I might add that my lady is here today, Zartha, who is from Brazil, and she's back there. So I hope you get a chance to say hi to Zartha. She is the spirit of Brazil in every way, including the music. And then after Sergio, a few years later, I ended up getting hired by Earth, Wind, and Fire. So we went from Sergio Mendes to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to get into the spiritual stuff really soon, but I was reading up on you. I did a little bit of preparation. I read up on you a bit, and first of all, I also want to acknowledge Wally, because you wouldn't be here if Wally did not attend this church and insist on bringing you one Sunday. And I'm like, oh, you're going to bring your son? Okay. Oh, you're going to bring your son? That's awesome. Yeah. So, but anyway, I was reading about your work with Al Jarreau, and that you were in Paris, and they wouldn't let you get off the stage. They were applauding so much.
Yes.
What was that like?
That was amazing. Yeah, wow. You
Yeah.
did do some research
I did,
on me.
yeah.
There was a song the first song that Al Jarreau and I wrote together was called Tomorrow Today, right?
Yeah.
And it had a hook in it. Tomorrow today, does anybody think about tomorrow today?
Yeah.
Should anybody think about? Anyway, we're doing this song, singing tomorrow today, and we stopped. Tomorrow today, stop. The crowd went, tomorrow today, 5,000 of them. And they kept singing it and singing it. So Al looked at me and said, let's go back. So we went back and the band played the chorus, and then we stopped it. And the audience kept singing it. This went on, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm going to say 15 minutes. Oh. An honest 15 minutes of stopping, starting, and
That's thrilling. It is.
And it's,
Yeah.
So it just speaks to the incessant, unbelievable, infinite power that music has over the human spirit.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Absolutely. I was about to say that. That's awesome. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're on the same wavelength here. The power of music. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up around the power of music, and then we'll get into more about your particular brand of what you're working with right now, is this idea that music has this power over us, that it can move 5,000 people to not let a wonderful group of performers off the stage, but just keep saying more and more and more. But also music is silent sometimes. Like I remember when my husband first came back from the hospital, he was ill for a while, and he came back from the hospital, and we hadn't listened to classical music for years, but he started putting it on, and we would listen to it in the morning, and I was like, well, where was that music when I wasn't listening to it? It's there. It's always there. It's always available to us. And it's kind of like divine energy. It is divine energy, but it's like a metaphor for what the divine is in our lives. It's always there. It's always available, and we are wired to receive it. There's just something that we need to turn on to allow ourselves to receive it and to get it and to bring it in. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that in you and in what you're saying and in your poem. But also, I know that your life now, you're doing a lot of performing still, but you're also working in a corporate setting. And when we spoke on the phone, we spoke about how music can be kind of like a Trojan horse, that you can talk about God without talking about God. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, it's something that has been drawn from the inspiration of all these mystics behind me. It's been drawn by all these mystics on the stage behind me, that idea that you could use music to show how leadership could work in the world of business, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to begin with the first words you began with here today, the I am. And arguably the two most important words in the English language, I am. And I realized that in music, you have three elements in music. You have melody, harmony, and rhythm. Now, there's many things going on in music, but at the end of the day, if you boil it down, there's a melody, there's a harmony, and a rhythm in the vast majority, 99.99% of all music out there. And it doesn't matter what genre it is, it doesn't matter what culture it comes from. This is a universal phenomena. Melody, harmony, and rhythm, right? And then I began thinking about, I'm about to tell you something that took me about 40 years to figure out, but here we go. The melody is normally in a position of leading, right? If Frank Sinatra sings "This Little Town Blues," right? He is the lead singer, singing the melody. He's not singing the harmony. He's not singing the rhythm, he's singing the melody, right? If you hear Carlos Santana playing a guitar solo, he's playing the lead. We even call him the lead guitar, right? If we hear Whitney Houston singing the national anthem, one of the greatest recordings of the national anthem is Whitney Houston, right? She's singing the melody of the Star-Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl many years ago, but that's what she's doing. So leadership and melody. Makes sense, right? Lead, melody. Melody is the leadership position in music. Okay. Now, the next step is harmony. Now, you can't make harmony with one note. It's impossible. But when we all sing together, the we creates a collaboration, and harmony is an act of collaboration. So when I go to a company like IBM, who I've spoken to, Google, Apple, Red Bull, Blue Cross Blue Shield, all these different sectors of the, I've been very lucky to speak to a lot of different sectors in business. And when I talk about harmony, I talk about team building and collaboration. So that's kind of the corporate speak for we work together. That's really what that is, right?
Yeah.
And Bonnie, you and I talked about this, that I felt that melody was I am, and I feel that harmony is we are. I am, because I can sing a melody by myself, but I can't sing harmony by myself. I need a we. So harmony is we are, right? Last one.
Yes.
There's more, but here's the essence of it. Rhythm, right? Now, when you think about rhythm, I know for me, when I think about rhythm, my mind can go into a million places. I can think of a drummer playing a big drum beat. I can think of a conga player, right? I can even go out to the beach and just hear the rhythm of the waves, right? But one thing rhythm is always doing is it's got one word in common with all aspects of rhythm, and that is time. It always has to do with time, right? So when I go to the corporate world, guess what I call rhythm in the corporate world? Are you ready? Time management. Kind of makes sense, right?
Wow.
When you go see a band and there's a drummer, you know, what is the drummer doing? Managing the time. Are they in the spotlight? Usually the drummer's kind of in the back, the cymbals are covering them up, you know. The lead singer's out in front singing the I am. The background singers are doing the we are. And the drummer's laying out the management of time. All this, of course, leads us to the score. The score is when the melody, harmony, rhythm all line up in such a way that we have a desirable outcome. Now, in music, it would be an encore, standing ovation. That's a good thing. That's a good score, right? But in business, selling or producing a desirable product or service is a score. And of course, the best businesses is serving something of value that we benefit from and the business benefits from, and it creates a win-win, and that's also a score. So that's
the gist of it. Yeah.
that's the gist of it.
So, but before we get it, because I know there's a couple more, right? So before we get into those, so just let's say that I'm not in business. I mean, I am, but let's say if people sitting here are not actually having a business, but we all have relationships, right? How does this apply to relationships? Can you just in general, so you know, so that all of us can relate to it in our own unique way? Is there a way that you can apply this to just our being in the world aside from
Sure.
business? Yeah.
You almost need the other two, though,
Okay.
to answer that honestly.
You do it in your own time.
Okay, because did you want to bring in those other two?
If you want to, it's up to you.
Okay.
I'm not your time manager, okay? You're okay.
But she is my conductor,
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, good point.
and you are all part of the orchestra.
Yes.
And that's another concept. is that we are all in the symphony of life together,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
That's a very important concept.
Being inspired by something that is greater than the sum of its parts, right?
Right.
Ah,
The definition
awesome.
of synergy, right? That
Yeah.
when the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
The idea that 1 + 1 is not 2, 1 + 1 is actually 11,
Ah.
right? You said listening.
Yes.
And I think one very important concept to leave you all with today, if you remember one thing today, if you take the word listen, Listen, and you rearrange the letters around, you get Silent. That's interesting, right? Because it turns out that one of the trickiest things on planet Earth for us human beings is to be good at listening. It's just a tricky thing. There's a lot of reasons for it. We could have like a whole week seminar on that one, right?
Yeah.
But let's just cut to the chase, right? The ego is there. The monkey mind is there, chattering away, telling you things that are distracting you. And when someone is, you asked about relationships, when someone is talking to you, this is some basic facts. We speak at about 150 words a minute, but our minds go at 600 to 1,000 words a minute. This is just the way we're wired. So already, the game is rigged a little bit, because in listening, they're thinking, whoever you're speaking to is thinking 4 to 6 times ahead of you while you're speaking to them. They might have their mind on 5 other things while you're telling them, okay, are you going to pick me up at the airport at 3 o'clock? And they're going, oh yeah. Oh, that's right, Jimmy's surprise party. And I have to, oh, that's right, I'm going to the dry clean. Like, their brain is in 5 other places, right? And then you get to the airport and they're not there 2 days later, right? And you wonder why that happened, right? This is one of the problems with listening.
Yeah.
And that's a more basic example. Of course, multiply this by thousands of times, and it turns out that about 50% of what gets said in the world is forgotten within a minute. So the way I do my best to help businesses is I say, in music, you cannot play music and forget what was said. You have to be an incredible listener in music. You just have to be able to react immediately to the moment, to the audience. You have to be sensitive. So you kind of become a superpowered listener if you're in the field of music. Otherwise, your career is over. You have to be very intent on listening and being present. So I take what I've learned working with all these different people over the years, and I do my best to give that to CEOs, CMOs, CFOs, project leaders, people that have organizations that they're trying to get their organization to work better. And if you can leave any event with people thinking about becoming great listeners, the bottom line for the benefits for a company or an organization are huge, because everyone tunes in a different way. And that's how I got the name Life in Tune as a value.
And I would think also, like, in a corporation or beyond a corporation, is it true that I'm listening to the 3 elements that you described before, such as the I am, which may be my inner voice, or the higher power, the we are, because the relationship, I can't just listen to myself, right? And the third one was time management, so I'm being mindful of time.
Yeah. Bravo, Bonnie. Holy cow. Right, I am, melody, we are, harmony, we do, action. Rhythm is action across time. It's an action across time. So that's it. And that gets us to the score. But if we're not listening, nothing happens.
Right.
This is just talk. I am, we are, we do, the score. But without listening, meaningless. So listen is at the center. Our presence, living in the now, is at the center. So what you teach here is actually at the center of all meaning in life and at the center of all things in business too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It's just the business world doesn't talk about it, but they should. And you said Trojan horse.
Yeah.
And that's a very honest way to say it. I do use music as a tool to kind of back up into the back of these corporations and get in there, and they're like, oh wow, Earth, Wind and Fire and Santana and Madonna, that kind of gets the door open. But once I get in, I'm actually doing the kind of work that you do here.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I were to say, we're going to talk about mindfulness, empathy, and compassion, I wouldn't be able to back up the Trojan horse. Right?
Right. It also, it just flew out of my head. I guess I wasn't supposed to say it. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. When you were speaking about listening, I was thinking about, you mentioned before, so many distractions. And, I'm sure we could all name 100. But I was wondering also about one of the main distractions is worry. And I wonder sometimes let's do a show of hands. Who here worries more than they listen? Who here listens to their worrying like it's the voice of God? Which kind of brings me to, I think, what we also spoke about on the phone was this idea of dissonance. Do you want to talk a little bit about dissonance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The elephant in the room.
Yeah.
The 800-pound gorilla.
Yeah.
Right? Is everyone familiar with the term dissonance? Yeah? It's used a lot in music, right? Dissonance is, here. We got a piano.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
This would be considered consonant. Even in music, we call that a perfect fifth. I mean, because it's so perfect. It's in the overtone series.
Some say love. Okay, never mind. That's all right.
Don't get me started.
I don't know the words.
By the way, Amanda McBroom is just up the street in Ojai, and she
yes.
wrote that song, The Rose. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Some of you may know. She's a beautiful, wonderful, magical lady.
Yeah.
The Rose. So, The Rose.
Oh, hello.
The connections just don't stop.
That's right.
This place has a way of tuning you in on things.
does.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's like three-dimensional when
Right.
you're in here.
Absolutely.
The perfect fifth. Dissonance. Sounds like the beginning of Twilight Zone, doesn't it? Dissonance is also me taking my fist or my hand and going, dissonance, right? What's interesting, though, with that, I'm going to put the mic here. This note represents the I am. And everything around it is worry. Is AI coming after my job? Climate change! Do I keep present? Keep intention. That brings in a perfect fit. Random thought. Brain fart. But you stay clear, you stay intent.
All right. That's so wonderful. You know, I'm going to go ahead and be the time manager for just a moment because we're almost done. We could listen to you forever. And I just want to say a few more things just to make sure. Well, actually, before I make some announcements about what's going on with you and whatnot and your family, what do you think is the most important thing for all of us to know here today?
I think the silent listen piece is really important because none of us have the actual answers. We all have the answers within us. So when I say silent and listening to someone else, I also mean internally. Finding your voice, finding where your spirit is, and living in a very honest present moment to be the best version of yourself, moment by moment by moment.
Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful. Thanks. I want to make a few announcements. One of them is, Freddie's, give me one sec. Freddie's website was up there. It's www.lifeintune.com. So you can check out more information about Freddie and his work there. But also tonight, if anybody's going to be in Beverly Hills or wants to go down there, Freddie is playing at a world-renowned club, Herb Alpert's Vibrato.
Right.
And with his band, they are amazing. And if you're not up for a trip to today, Freddie plays at the Grape on a regular basis. How many of y'all have been to the Grape? Yeah. Right? So we'll make it known to people next time he's there, but you could always just contact them and get on the mailing list. That's where we first heard you and your band, it's just an amazing performance and it's a beautiful club too. They have such heart there, right?
They do.
Am I getting that right?
Yeah. They do.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to let you know too is that Freddie is here after, with all of his heart and his love in a interesting time in his life because Freddie's mom passed away just on July 14th of this year. And she was 87 years old. And
87.
Do you want to say anything about your mom?
I do, and I'm glad we're recording this because my dad he'll be back in the room, but he's not in the room now.
He's in the balcony. I hope he's coming next.
Okay,
to do
okay, good.
Yeah.
My mom passed away almost exactly 2 weeks ago. It'll be tomorrow morning, which will be Monday, right? Would be exactly 2 weeks, around 4:30 in the morning on the 14th of July. And it was unexpected. We weren't ready for it. Who is actually, right? Yeah. But I do have some peace in the sense that we did speak to her FaceTime when she was in the hospital, and she was in a beautiful mood. She was kind of joking and saying, yeah, Freddie, come. I know you're coming tomorrow to see me, and please bring some of my meds. And, I'm here to check out the hospital and make sure these nurses know what the heck they're doing. That was her tone, her spirit. So I do want to leave, it's a very short thing to share with you, but a profound thing. And her spirit was in a good place,
nice.
And we had thrown a very nice party for her. On the 11th, her actual birthday was July 11th. She turned 87 and rented out an Argentinian steakhouse. I ordered a big fresh strawberry shortcake, that we all had for her birthday. And the grandkids were there, and my sister and I were there, and my lady was there, and her dear friends were there. And another key member of her family from Colombia, South America, was there.
Nice.
Someone that she swam in the rivers of Cali, Colombia in 1942 with,
Nice.
So imagine having that. And I kind of feel that her spirit had a sense of completion with that party. I know that sounds unusual, but I kind of feel like she had a little checkbox in her brain. Okay, my daughter's found a decent guy. Check. Freddie's got a lovely lady. Check. My grandkids are all good. I made my daughter's graduation at UCSB last month. Check. I kind of feel that her soul had this sense of all good.
Yes.
And I feel her smile more than anything. So, and tonight when we play vibrato, we will play some Celia Cruz, which was one of her favorite
Nice.
singers out of Cuba.
Nice.
And the song is called La Vida es un Carnaval, which means life is a carnival.
That's
And that's who she is, and who she was. I'm going to keep her in the present tense.
I think so.
Is that okay, everybody?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
who she is, and we're going to do that tonight.
Here with the people.
And I might add too, when we may hold back on the grape because we may do something very special here. So
We would love that.
we
I think, yeah. See what you mean?
I want to say that
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah.
this place is magical, and all of you are.
Yeah.
And we need to keep beacons of light as bright as they can be, especially in a world that is doing some crazy stuff.
Right, right.
I mean, right? There's such a sense of dissonance.
Right.
You know, the whole thing when I put my arm around doesn't the world has this sense of like, oh my God, it's dissonant and it gets more dissonant.
Yes.
So I'm in a place now where I'm really devoting my energy to things like what you do, Bonnie, and what all of you do. It's really important. And if we can bridge concerts with spirit, sometimes without telling everybody it's spirit, but it is, right? You can penetrate the masses with the essence of truth.
Yeah.
And that's what
Awesome.
we're looking to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. One more thing. Yeah. One more thing to end on a joyful note. Chris, we're going to come up and we're going to have you play Happy Birthday. I'm not sure where Wally's at, but he's going to get the recording.
Okay.
Or should we wait?
Well, he's, I think, going to be here. I just...
He may be...
we don't know. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
should we wait and give him some time?
If we can.
Okay,
he might
let's
be
wait.
here.
Sorry, Chris.
We're going to try.
Instead of singing Happy Birthday to Wally, Freddie's dad, we're going to invite you to play for us now.
Okay,
Okay?
good.
All right. Okay.
Good.
Well, you know what?
We'll save the best for last
Sorry,
for
I am
Dad.
so spaced out today. I'm supposed to pray now, y'all. I forgot to pray. So let me do a prayer. I'll do a quick one, okay? And then you'll play. Okay, so. Yeah, sorry. We're keeping it real here at the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. All right. So turning within and just trusting and knowing that Spirit has led us all here today by divine appointment. How wonderful it has been to sit in this sanctuary, listening to Freddie's wisdom, listening to, most of all, the wisdom of our hearts, that we have joined together in community, knowing that we lift each other up in this spirit of oneness, in this spirit of love and compassion, in this spirit of resolution, of knowing that music, that dissonance is always seeking to resolve, and we are part of that energy as well. And so whatever is happening in our lives, whether personally or globally, whatever is happening for us, through us, is happening for us. And so we trust and know that there is this innate sense of divine wholeness that is calling us forth and calling us to step up and receive it. And so that our lives are healed and whole. And even when we can't see it, they are healed and whole. And we absolutely know that this eternal life that is infinite good is thriving, living and moving and having its perfect being in each of us right here and right now. And to that we say yes. Everybody, let's say yes. 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 Absolutely. And so I give thanks for that yes. I give thanks for that eternal, infinite yes that plays through us, that inspires us, and that calls us to go deeper and to be more of that which we came here to be. And so I give thanks for that. I give thanks for transformation. I give thanks for all paths to God, churches, synagogues, temples, mosques, ashrams, atheists, fundamentalists, agnostics, all beings everywhere, for all beings are a blessing. Part of the consonance or the dissonance, all beings are a blessing everywhere. In that spirit, I breathe, I let go, I let God, and I release these words into the divine mystery. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. And in the spirit of that love and gratitude, we'll do our offering. I almost forgot that too. How about that? So let's go ahead and put up the offering, or just repeat after me. Let's leave the slides up. Just repeat after me. Take our gifts out. We know that our gifts are going to a good place, and hold it over your heart if you like, or hold your good intentions. And please repeat after me. We trust in spirit. We trust in spirit. Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are. Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are. We are always connected. We see love in everything. We create joy on earth. as we share our blessings. Thank you for our lives. I just did the ending affirmation instead of the offering one. Anyway, let's hear from Freddie. Okay. Thank you. Why don't you play us a song?
So, in the spirit of where we are right now, what's coming to me is the spirit of my mom. She's just coming to me. And at some point, we'll all meet her in heaven. But she can dance the greatest cumbia and salsa you've ever seen. She was all about joy. And La vida es un carnaval. So with that in mind, I figured we could do a little bit of Mozart. But maybe we should serve Mozart a mojito. Is that okay, everybody? So here's Mozart with a little mojito, and it has been a profound honor to play for all of you. I also want to acknowledge your beautiful pianist who just plays like an angel. Would you give a round of applause for Chris? Wow. Beautiful. And can we also give a hallelujah for that AV team back here who's streaming us and getting us out to the world? Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you all. And oh wow, there she is. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. And then at the end we'll acknowledge. Yes. Okay, so here it is.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll have Chris play Happy Birthday. Do you want?
Absolutely.
Good? Okay. All right. So, you can sit anywhere you want. Okay. Honestly, I'll tell you, I am very, very energy sensitive, and part of the reason I've been off today is that the piano is in a different place. So it's put me in a whole different place, and that's why I can't think. So anyway, let me just enjoy that. And I want to acknowledge, too, that this is, so your mom's birthday was the 11th
of July.
And your dad's birthday was?
The 17th of July.
The 17th of July. Wally is here today, and as I mentioned before, Freddie wouldn't be here if Wally wasn't here, in more ways than one. But he wouldn't be physically on this planet if Wally wasn't here. But also, Wally attended the church for a while until he moved away. And as I said, he invited Freddie to come to the church the first time, and I'm so grateful that we've met and that you've been such a light and a blessing to all of us. But we do feel that we need to acknowledge Wally on his birthday, which was when?
July 17th.
July 17th.
And it was kind of a bigger kind of birthday,
It was
right?
yes. Say what it was.
Right. Dad was born in 1935. So he just entered his 10th decade.
Yay!
90 years
Happy
old.
birthday. Here we go.
Yeah!
All right. And let us sing. Here we go.
Ready?
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Wally. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. All right. Okay, I'll just do some quick announcements and then we'll head out. And I wanted to let you know Freddie also has CDs that you can purchase. And be sure to stop by and see him. He's at a table through there. We've got other things going on. Choir rehearsal is from 11:30 to 12:30. Everyone is welcome. We have a weekly group called Science and Spirituality. They meet on August 20th, third Wednesday. They're discussing consciousness. We are supporting local families and youth through Casa Pacifica, so we're collecting backpacks and school supplies. We had a lot of backpacks last year, and we're going to do it again. They were so thrilled to receive them, so they're for children that are at risk that are returning to school. On August 2nd, we have a memorial service, a celebration of life for Dot Scoville. And Ventura Pride Festival is August 16th. If you want to volunteer in our booth, please see Bernie Austin over there. We have a 6-week class facilitated by Reverend Susan Burrell. It's called Energy in Action. All of this information is on our website, too. By the way, you can get the details there. Linda Drevenstedt, another wonderful teacher, is teaching a class in spiritual economics. That's on our website as well. Plus, there's a desk out there with lots of information. We are releasing our choir robes. I think many of them are spoken for, but if you want to see if you can get one, go ahead and talk to Jennifer about that. And then we've got hospitality. Lovely spread of food out there through those doors there. And we also have prayer with a practitioner. If you have a challenge or a joy or a sorrow or a triumph, come on down. One of our beautiful practitioners will pray for you and with you. I think that's all we've got. So I'm going to have you stand up and we'll do the offering affirmation now. How about that? Okay? Stand up. All right. So we place our hands over our heart and please repeat after me. We trust in spirit. Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are.
Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are.
We offer our gifts. They are an outer expression of our inner abundance. Our gifts bless many and return to us multiplied in miraculous ways so that we may give again. And so it is. And let's stand up and sing our final song. Here we go. I want to sing, sing, sing. I want to dance, dance, dance. I want to sing, I want to dance. Hallelujah. When those gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I want to sing, I want to dance. Hallelujah. I want to sing, sing, sing. I want to dance, dance, dance. I want to sing.
Coming for to carry me
home.
home.
When those gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I want to sing, I want to dance, hallelujah. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching.